Super Slot 75 movie reviews with a twist. Tonight we're going to talk about Venom, and I was confused with all the reviews from different critics. It was such a divisive list of responses. I'm like, is this a DC film? Because usually those films elicit such a love hate relationship or a perspective or opinion with their films, but no, this is Venom, Sony in association with Marvel. So let's get right to it. I like the movie. It is what it is. Maybe because I had the bar kind of set low, but it was enjoyable. It was entertaining. Of course, let's get into the story. Eddie Brock, investigative reporter, investigating the guy that heads the Life Foundation. So they send out an exploration and bring back symbiotes from a comet or an asteroid, and they supposedly were supposed to bring back five, but they only caught no six, but only caught four, and one of them escaped, which was Venom. They all have different names. There's millions of them on this particular planet. Okay, so the main one, so Venom gets away. Also, Riot got away, and a lot of human transfer. Venom looked great. Um, the only thing I kept thinking about is if Venom ever came across Tom Holland's Spider Man, and Spider Man would get wrecked by this version of Venom. When Venom was running and jumping on the side of the building on the concrete, he was creating damage. He was actually tearing up the sides of the building and the concrete when he was running and jumping. He was massive. He was strong. He was brutal. The scene where he took out all the cops and in the office in the lobby, just I mean, he eviscerated the cops. I mean, he was eating smoke bombs, smoke grenades. Vicious. This is the Venom that we wanted to see on screen, and we got it. At one point, She Venom makes an appearance when Eddie's being walked out by one of the Life Foundation's guards to be taken to executed, and then she makes an appearance. She looked great. So obviously, in the sequel, we'll see, or down the road, we'll see more appearances from She Venom. Um, the the Eddie Brock character, I keep hearing these references to Liar Liar from Jim Carrey. You're talking about a guy in a movie who's basically having a psychotic break because he's talking to an alter personality or an alter in himself. I thought Tom Hardy did a good job convincing us that he is really on the edge of a psychotic break because he's dealing with this particular entity in his brain, in his system. Um, the Riot, Symbiote, and Venom third act, CGI heavy. Still entertaining. Riot, the interaction between Riot and Venom was funny. I remember at one point Venom also referred to himself as a loser, just like Eddie Brock on Venom's particular planet. So, and then there was the problem with the symbiotes destroying the organs of its host, and when Eddie Brock's lab results came back, it was showing the same thing. And then, of course, Venom's like, no, it's not. Don't listen to them. They're lying. I can fix you. I can fix you. And and I wasn't too sure if what Venom was saying was true or he was just saying that because he wanted to keep Eddie as his host. But towards the end, at the end, when Venom destroys the rocket that Riot was supposed to be going back to the planet on, um, Venom opens up a parachute, gets burned up. You think it's the end of Venom. Then once Eddie Brock and his ex-girlfriend are conversing, you can hear uh, Venom in his head. And we're like, okay, so apparently Venom did heal his deteriorating organs for whatever reason. I guess he did. He wasn't lying at the end of the day. The voice of Venom is voiced by Tom Hardy. Excellent voice. Let's be honest. When we first heard the voice of Venom in the trailers, we all thought it was a brother. First, a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's Tony Todd from Candyman," or it's Keith David. It was Tom Hardy. So there it is there. But I love the interaction between him and Venom. The character in Venom, I loved it. I loved it. I liked the movie. I loved Venom as himself. So I'm looking forward to the sequel. At the end, post credit scenes, we have Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy. I hope they let Woody Harrelson explore that person that character that he played in Natural Born Killers. That's the vibe that I got for him being Cletus Cassidy. If they let him loose, like I hope they let him loose as Cletus and as Carnage, it would be well worth the price of admission. Also, you see an extended trailer for Enter the Universe, Enter the Spider Verse. It was cool, but for the most part, I like this movie. A lot of things I missed. I need to go back and see it again, but I generally like Venom. It was a great movie. Well, good movie. Matinee wise, I suppose. Definitely a matinee. Venom looked great. I can't speak enough for Venom itself. Venom is the star of this movie, flat out. All right, so that's my quick movie review on Venom Super Slot 75. Movie reviews, peace.